Hey guys, Daniel Gallan at a glorious Supersport Park just 2 days out from the start of the first test, Boxing Day here in Centurion. I'm with Tim Wigmore, Telegraph's cricket writer, who has written a must-read piece on Jimmy Anderson. And I thought, who better to speak to about the great English fast bowler than the man who's written this great piece. Tim, 150 tests for Jimmy on Boxing Day. Your piece goes into it, but if you could maybe succinctly sum it up for me, what is the secret to his longevity?
Well, Jimmy Anderson is one of the first English fast bowlers who've come all the way through and played their whole career in the era of central contracts, which started in 2000. His first test was 2003, so he's benefited from really having a level of management and his workload being managed, unparalleled really from previous from bowlers in previous eras, and he's aligned that to his physique. In some ways he's lucky. His physique is very well suited to fast bowling, and obviously he has be able to make the most of that because he's looked after himself in such a meticulous way. So you talk to his physio, his coach and stuff, his level of sort of awareness about what he needs to do is, you talk about some athletes seem to sort of, they get told what to do, and whereas he seems to think about everything. It's whether he needs to do it, and he's a master of his own training. He doesn't waste any energy or anything. So it's not so much that he trains longer, but he trains smarter than everyone else.
And we've just seen, obviously, Vernon Philander announce his retirement. Dale Steyn just struggled with injuries throughout his career. Only didn't play as many as 100. I think only stopped at 75 or something like that. Had he played longer, who knows how many wickets he would have got. It is so rare for a fast bowler, as you say, to experience and enjoy that longevity. I mean, for context, I think it's 135. Do you say the next best?
Yeah, that would be Stuart Ball's 134. He'll probably play 135 on the day that Jimmy reaches 150. So that's 10% more than anyone else. You look at the number of balls he's bowled. Jimmy's bowled 32,000 balls in Test cricket. No one else, other teamers have bowled more than 30,000. So he's streets ahead. You look at a guy from previous era. Darren Gough, for example. So Darren Gough, fantastic bowler for England, bowled about 11,000 balls in Test cricket. So Anderson's had in longevity, 3 times that, which is really, really remarkable. So, people talk about him being a once in a generation bowler, but the marvel for England and for Anderson is that they've made him last 2 generations really in cricketing terms.
And just finally, obviously, his record in England is unparalleled, but away from home, especially in South Africa and Australia, using the Kookaburra ball when it's a bit hotter, it doesn't swing as much. I think he averages something like 39 here, or something, maybe not as high as that, but certainly not as comparable to his career. How do you see him going over the 4 tests?
I think if you look at his career stats, I think you talked about that, but that would have been affected by his tour here in 04-05 when he was really nothing like the bowler he is today. But if you kind of go back a little bit, so I think his last 400 Test wickets has taken an average of 23. So although his overall average is just under 27, I think that still partly reflect that his first 4 or 5 years he was not the bowler he's become since. So look, I think he'll go well. I think we saw 2 years ago in Australia he was streets ahead of any other England bowler. With the Kookaburra ball on some very flat wickets against a very good batting track, he averaged 27, I think, and his economy rate was fantastic. Yielding only 2 and a bit and over. So I think he's learned his control's got better and better. He's developed tricks like his wobble seam and so on, and he's really a fast bowler who can succeed in all climates, and we've seen him doing very well actually sometimes in the subcontinent as well. So England won famous in India in 2012. He was man of the series, and MS Dhoni said he was the difference between the sides. So yeah, he's become a fast bowler who's so skillful, so relentless that he can succeed pretty much anywhere.
Well, it's going to be fascinating, and one of the joys of this job is getting to watch some of the legends of the game up close and personal, and I cannot wait to see Jimmy do his thing here.